All right, guys, how's it going? So, as you know, every day I review the Spanish football dailies for you, as I'm in Spain, and I usually go along and pop to the garage and buy the printed version. This is the exact printed version here on my screen. I subscribed to it recently as I was, going to England, and I didn't want to break my coverage of it for you. So I do have a subscription at the moment, and so this is the exact print edition, and I think it's really important to pay attention to the print edition rather than the online versions because they can vary somewhat, and some of the Spanish dailies have different regional versions. So if you wanted to know more about Mamardashvili, possibly at Valencia, you would buy the Valencia region. Online, there's only one. And also some of these sites have English websites as well, and they're nothing like the Spanish ones, right? The reporting can be very different. Anyway, we're going to focus on the print edition of AS today. And Alexander-Arnold up here, I think you can see him. He's on the front page. And basically, it says Alexander-Arnold a punto, which means Alexander-Arnold about to happen. I'm not going to read you the Spanish. I can read the Spanish, but we'll try and do this as quickly as we can. The Liverpool right-back, 26 years old, will be the first reinforcement in the summer. The Englishman has already said, yes, I do, to Madrid. His contract ends in June, and he can sign from January. So the Englishman has already said, yes, I do, to Madrid. Marca covered that yesterday with the front page. The day previously, AS made that suggestion. And about 4 or 5 days ago, I told you that from someone that's in the loop. So fortunately, we managed to get this out before these, and they are going with exactly what I said. So that's nice, on a personal level, because it backs up the person that approached me and what they said. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to focus on the actual article. I don't know if you can see this here. Let's just bring that into play, just so you can see, the size of this. This is page 2, so it's an important article, and it's the big news, basically, that the AS want to run with today, okay? So I'm going to read this to you. Obviously, this is translated. I'm going to try and do it as best as I can. I do have a reasonable good amount of Spanish, but I also get help. But I can't get help on a Sunday because the cafe's closed, and that's where I usually go and review the papers. So where are my notes? Here we go, guys. There's a significant claim in this as well, which says the signing is 90% practically done. Not done, though. The 10% is missing. The 10% is missing. Remember that, right? Nothing is done until it's signed and fucking official. Let me try and work this out for you. Alexander-Arnold ready to sign. There we go. Alexander-Arnold ready to sign. The 26-year-old Liverpool right-back will be the first reinforcement for next summer. Contract ends in June, and he can sign for another club on January the 1st. The Englishman has given the I do to the white club. We know this. Liverpool has tried to the end, basically tried everything unsuccessfully to renew the contract of the player. The signing at 90% is practically done. Bellingham's best friend, the England right-back, the genius of the corner that killed Barca at Anfield, Alexander-Arnold has a foot and a half at Real Madrid. They don't want to throw bells on the fly. They don't want to throw bells. They don't want to celebrate until the signature is stamped, basically, until it's signed and done. But that points to happening soon, very soon. Trent continues to ignore the offers of renewal of Liverpool and is answering the calls of Madrid. Yes, he wants to go to the Bernabeu, that he has no doubts. Trent has no doubts. And the optimism is on the rise. Everything is agreed in the absence of the signature, which will be free to complete, or free passage from January the 1st. The countdown is now, kind of thing. The operation has been accelerated in recent weeks. Regardless of when Carvajal returns, there is doubt. They're talking about, they're saying that they still want, Trent, regardless of whether Carvajal, when he comes back from injury, a footballer, who can be there for several years, blah, blah, blah. They mentioned that Danny, after all, will turn 33 in January. Doubts about Lucas Vasquez. He is seen as a good substitute, but not a 60-game starter. Someone's trying to call me. Fuck off. Right, so we don't need to touch that. They need a right back. The desired one is Alexander-Arnold. The plan B, in case they need it, right? In case they need it, is Pedro Porro, which, as you know, is the name that I've been giving to you and focusing on for months. Pedro Porro, but if you remember from my previous videos, he would cost in excess of 70 million euros. Alexander-Arnold's free. The Real Madrid board was said to be split on Arnold, you know, like he's great offensively, but not the best defender. So, but because he's free, then they have to go for him, that kind of thing. And, you know, if he was under contract, I don't think Real Madrid would even be looking at him, to be honest with you. So the plan being, if they need it, will be Pedro Porro and C, Frimpong. A hypothetical plan D is some kid at Sevilla. But Operation Trent looks very good. Real Madrid informed Liverpool a long time ago, amicably, you know, about their interest in Trent, their intentions to sign him. Yes, he's available on a free transfer next year, but there are rules, you know, that clubs still have to follow. They informed Liverpool. Liverpool said there was... But no, sorry, it says that there are no problems between the two clubs. The relationship between the clubs is very good. We heard that yesterday in Marca. We also heard that exact statement made when we played Real Madrid in the Champions League, which I think was at the end of November. Liverpool agreed. You know, there's nothing, but they can't disagree. But they agreed that, you know, it's up to the player to decide. But they maintain the hope of convincing him to stay at Liverpool. They hope to win the race, you know, to sign, to get him to sign. But the journalist says here, they're not doing it. They're not winning. Real Madrid are winning. And as the 1st of January is already looming, it's a key date. It says here, although conversations have taken place, until that date, no signature can be, you know, it can't be signed off on players who are going to leave for free. This is what the regulations on the status and transfers of players dictate. Specifically in paragraph 3 of Article 18, quote, a club that wishes to conclude a contract with a player must communicate in writing its intention to the player's club. Therefore, Real must inform Liverpool that, you know, before starting negotiations, and then in brackets it says something Madrid has already done. I think what they're saying there is they've informed, that basically means that they've informed Liverpool. But I would also say, yeah, and we already know there's been some kind of negotiations going on. It happens, guys. Don't think it doesn't. They just use third-party representatives and people like Bellingham in the middle, allegedly. So the professional, the player, therefore, the professional will be free to sign if his current contract expires within a maximum period of 6 months, end quote. So maybe I should read that again to you without me interrupting. A club that wishes to conclude a contract with a player must communicate in writing its intention to the player's club before starting negotiations. The professional will be free to sign if his current contract expires in a maximum period of 6 months. You know this. This is now the crux of the matter because that's what's missing, the signature. They're saying the only thing that's missing is the signature. In other words, all personal terms are agreed. Everything's agreed. Well, they're not supposed to speak to him yet, but that's what they're basically saying. And there is a decisive detail regarding this operation, and they call it operation in Spain, right, in their language, if you like. The operation meaning the signing as a decisive detail. It will be for the summer, not for the winter market. Again, that's something that I've felt that would be the case, unless Real Madrid's results were terrible. I thought it would wait until the summer. Trent's camp has indicated as well. If you like, I mean, I've had two snippets of information. I admit, only 2 snippets of information directly from people associated to Trent since the summer. You know, and that's why I always laugh when people are claiming every day they know what's going on, and that it's really, do you know what I mean? Anyway, I've had 2 bits of information. The first one was in the summer that said they'd drag it out to the end of the year to see if Real Madrid came in, and the second bit, which was more recently, was that Trent would rather leave in the summer than January if he was to leave, because he feels if he left mid-season, it would be seen as walking out. And if things imploded at Anfield, you know, he wouldn't be able to show his face in the city again, basically. Some people might want to add on to that, yeah, and also he would get a huge sign-on fee in the summer. The footballer wants to leave Anfield, basically wants to leave Anfield, you know, without any bad vibe. and leave the club rather than leave the club mid-season to go to a direct rival for the Champions League. It would be a stab to the heart. Winter is ruled out by both sides. In other words, Liverpool have said, well, we ain't going to negotiate a transfer fee in January. And Real Madrid is saying, well, we're not, they don't want to pay any money for him. Then they talk about Trent being born in Liverpool, grew up in Liverpool, only played for Liverpool. He is an idol of football. It's very sad, this, when you think about it. There'll be a lot of Liverpool fans upset about this if it does happen. A footballer who represents hope in the youth academy and a neighbourhood footballer, a player with the aura of a captain, and who already has one of the iconic murals at the foot of the stadium. I'm just a normal guy from Liverpool who has seen his dream come true. The quote says, no one wants him to leave, but he is getting closer and closer to doing so. Nothing has changed. His signing for Real Madrid is 90%. This journalist is adamant it's 90%. That's the vibe in Real Madrid. All the Spanish publications, well, not all, but the two, Real Madrid, AS and Marca, they're very focused on Real Madrid. The main man, if you like, yesterday, basically saying all this, the main journalist. I know some people just want to think it's Real Madrid propaganda, but I'm not so sure, guys. Last conversations they've received, the feedback they expect from Trent. Nothing has changed. There's nothing in the way. He continues to delay Liverpool's proposals and maintains his yes to the Bernabeu, or Bernabeu, whichever way you want to pronounce it. He wants to play with his friend Jude. At Real Madrid, they're looking forward to January 1st because the intention is to leave everything closed that month. They want to get it done that month. If you remember, that's the vibe that's been coming out. If you follow my Spanish paper reviews in the morning, that's the vibe, and that they would move early in January. That's the suggestion. Whether it happens or not, I don't know. Although nothing is communicated publicly out of respect for the player and his last months at the club of his homeland. In other words, he's not commenting about it out of respect to Liverpool. But the long-awaited signature will arrive. It's the final point. It's the only thing that's missing. He maintains he wants to go to Real Madrid, and Real Madrid has decided that they want Trent. The signing will be closed, but will not be communicated until the month of June. This isn't a speculated thing. I've just received an email about Jurgen Klopp and the 3 contracts. A very long email. Okay, this is just something that's been sent to me, which I can't deal with now. We're in the middle of a video, but there's something to do with Klopp. It's a very long email and the contract. So this is going to be someone making some claims. I'll take a look at it for you, and I'll probably address that tomorrow. I do apologise. It has just come in. So that's it, really, guys. I didn't expect anything to be in the papers today, to be honest with you. I didn't go and get a physical copy. I like to have a physical copy to show you. But like I say, I went to England recently and I didn't want to... How can you can't cover the Spanish dailies every day and then go, oh, there's been nothing in the papers about Trent for the last, fucking 2 months or something, but you missed gaps. So when I went to England, I did subscribe to these publications for you so I can get the exact print versions, and it's extremely helpful on days like today. Okay, so that's basically it. I know people are sick of hearing about it, but I don't write the news. I can't pick and choose. You know what I mean? I've got to tell you. There's people that do follow my morning videos, my Spanish paper review videos. I've looked at Marca. I didn't see anything in Marca today regarding Trent. I haven't even looked at Sport yet, to be honest with you. I doubt there'll be anything in there that's a pro Catalan, But I keep an eye on Sport for the Luis Diaz stuff, do you know what I mean? I know people say they've got no money. Well, no, but they're about to sign this Nike deal worth 1.7 billion euros. So I'm going to leave that with you. I hope I've covered everything for you. I know it's 15 minutes long. I know people moan when the video's long, but I can't go any faster. And that's it. All right, but I think the comments are just going to be met now with people saying, sick of hearing it, go and fuck off. And I agree with you. I really do, honestly. I'm sick of hearing about it. I am. It's driving me fucking mental. You've got to leave that what if bit. We've always said, haven't we? If you've watched my coverage of this, I went from the summer, like, as we progressed to, I think he wants the option. Let it be put on a table in front of him. Do I want to leave Liverpool? Can I leave Liverpool? Can I leave this club I've always been with? And I thought it would be hard for him to make that decision, right? And then about a month ago, you will remember I changed my vibe and said I actually my understanding now, or my feeling, or whatever you want to call it, is if Real Madrid come in for him now, he will go. I changed my opinion, right? And there's loads of reasons for that. We'll be here for ages if we talk about it. So my opinion changed to that. And then about 4 or 5 days ago, as you know, someone just involved in this whole process from the Real Madrid side said that Trent had communicated to them that he wants to sign for him. You come for me, I will sign for you. And I told you that about 4 or 5 days ago. Then two days ago, we had AS coming with something very similar along that line. Yesterday, we had Marca, the front page, saying Trent tells them, I want to play for you. And now we have this 90% done sort of stuff. But there's always that little bit in there, you know what I mean? That something can go fucking pear-shaped or something like that. But it's not me telling you what to believe. I'm just telling you, you know, I tell you what's here. We don't say what they say as gospel, but I think you'd have to be very naive to think all the newspapers have just been told what to print. You know, it's all propaganda to unsettle him. Trent's not coming out. He's not doing anything. He's hiding behind this. I don't play my contract negotiations out in public. You know, and if it didn't happen or Real Madrid didn't come in for him, you know, it would be, I was never going to leave Liverpool. I told you I don't play it out. But now, all the the serious journalists in Spain, if there even is such a thing, the serious journalists in Spain are now saying Real Madrid have made their decision to go for him. Now, if you remember, if you follow these videos every day, if you remember about, oh dear me, a couple of Sundays ago, maybe 3 Sundays ago today now, I can't remember, not this Sunday, not last Sunday, the one before maybe, the main man, Felix Diaz, or whatever he's called, he said Real Madrid have to make a decision. Do they want to go for him or not? Because the board was split as to whether they wanted him because of whether he was the greatest defender or not. I think it's safe to say that Real Madrid are going to make an offer. The claims here collectively between all of these different journalists is that Real Madrid will make their move for him early January. It won't be the end of the month. So I suspect that we're going to hear something soon. And if you're Trent Alexander-Arnold, if they haven't come in soon, right, you know, we assume that this is going on, that, you know, they're not supposed to do it, but we know it happens. If you're Trent, he's going to be getting squeaky bum because on the 1st of January, if he hasn't signed a new deal with Liverpool, people will turn against him. They won't turn against Mo and Virgil because they've made it clear they want to stay, all right? I wish they'd just sort that out, the club, and just give them what they fucking want, man. They're heroes as far as I'm concerned. I'm not that bothered about losing him. I'd rather he stayed, but if he doesn't want to captain Liverpool, then fine, you know. But I'm looking at it from my, you know, biased viewpoint. You know, Liverpool's the greatest club in the world and all that. If he has aspirations of going and playing for Real Madrid, then fair enough. But I'm going to make this prediction. If he goes to Spain, if he does go to Spain, to Real Madrid, I don't think it works out for him there. I don't think he's a Galactico. I don't. And I think they'll be throwing pig's heads at him in no time because he won't get the support of what you get at Liverpool. You have the best players in the world tend to go to clubs like Real Madrid or to Real Madrid. And if they don't perform, there's fucking hell on. You guys that have followed this with me, all these newspaper reviews, you've seen the slaughtering of Mbappe. Do you remember Mbappe after the Liverpool game? Do you remember that the next day? All right? And it was only a few weeks before then that Mbappe was getting it. I don't think it works for him at Real Madrid. Yeah, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm underestimating him. But all this talk, I think it's all gone to his head from Bellingham. You know, come here, you're going to be brand fucking Trent. You'll have football boots made after you. You'll have your own clothing brands. You'll have this, you'll have that. You'll be in Spain. But if the lad wants to go and do it, fine. I don't have a problem with that. Be honest to the club. And maybe he has been honest to the club, right? But be honest to the fans as well. You know, instead of this, like, I don't play out my contract negotiations. You can turn around and say, I don't play out my contract negotiations in public. I leave it to my agent. You know, I love this club. I've always loved this club. He could have even said, you know, what will be, whatever, right? Just get on with it. If you're going to go to Real Madrid, right, get it done and dusted on the 1st of January so the rest of us can move on with the players that want to be at the club, which includes Mo Salah and Virgil van Dijk. All right, guys, let me know what you think. Did I do all right with the video? It's a bit difficult with a different language and stuff like that. And then my own passion. And, you know, I'm fucking getting old and forgetting things. So, all right, I'll leave it with you. My girlfriend's visiting from England at the moment. I said, we'll have an afternoon together, you know. We'll watch a movie and all that, babe. She's doing dinner. She's got dinner on and all that now. And then, I said, oh my God, look, I've got to go and do a vid. I need to speak to my people. And then I realised it's Sunday, so it's my best mate's day off in New York. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Bros before hoes. We're off on the fucking Xbox now. All right, guys, I'll speak to you in a bit. If you appreciate this video, please give me a thumbs up. Drop me a comment. Even if you commented yesterday about Trent, I want to know what you think about today. Do you believe this? Do you think it's 90% done? Do you believe it? 90% done. I believe it. If you want to buy me a coffee for tomorrow morning's cafe run, because I'll be going to the cafe in the morning to review these papers for you, then please do hit the super thanks, the love heart under the video, and I'll give you a shout out in my morning briefing tomorrow. And we'll see what tomorrow's got for us. All right, guys. You have a great day, and I'll speak to you in a bit. All right.